Hi, I'm the Mike at michaelbearvoice.com. Michael Bear Voice and Video, you could say. I've recently released a feature-length documentary on the Avro Lancaster, which is that guy right there. It didn't start out to be a feature-length documentary. It started out to be just a 2-minute promo that I thought I would do for fun because I discovered there was a Lancaster in the Bomber Command Museum of Canada in Nanton, Alberta. And so what began as a very short piece grew into a much larger, more comprehensive documentary. But it's also about the air crew and about Bomber Command and the Allies' strategic air offensive. It's a whole bunch of things. As I worked on that documentary, as I developed that narrative, there were a lot of things that I had to leave out. A whole bunch of stuff. Point is as I was driving down that road toward this hour 48 documentary, I had to ditch a lot of luggage. It was getting a bit too heavy. I was overweight on takeoff, you could say. So I tossed it out. So this little piece is something I put together, which I found personally really quite fascinating. Now, the wing spar, when I first saw it, was just a big chunk of metal. It's just a big block. And you go, what is that? When you look at an aircraft, particularly a large aircraft, and you see that rounded leading edge of the wing, you think, well, that's just the leading edge of the wing. No. This is what I learned. There is an entire ecosystem of stuff that lives inside that, because of course it does. I mean, things that are attached to the engines and the things that make the airplane go vroom, you know? I was rather simplistically thinking of it as just a wing. It's not just a wing. There's all kinds of neat stuff that happens, and I thought it was interesting. I couldn't fit it into the narrative, but I give it to you here. It's a piece of luggage that I went back down the road and pulled all this stuff out of the ditch, and I give it to you now. It's been cleaned.
If we figure out where it goes, we clean it up and attach it where it belongs. We don't try to restore it to be airworthy. We clean it up so that it's presentable and attach it where it belongs.
Figuring out where it goes is actually just one step. When FM104 arrived to the BC Aviation Museum and the process of restoration began, it did so alongside 2 large containers full of assorted parts, a jumble of pieces. It takes the keen eye of a detective, the determination of a puzzle solver, printed photographs, and a little boost here and there from the use of portable modern tech, plus a lot of patience over the long haul. Figuring out what the part is and where it goes is an important piece of the puzzle. Working out how it fits together with the other pieces to make it work is the art of restoration. In this case, the main spar is home to a remarkable ecosystem, a network of pipes, brackets, steel rods, all of the bits and pieces needed to translate the pilot's control inputs from the cockpit to the 4 Merlin engines.
There are steel rods coming through the floor. They then turn into chain, come up, and then come to these relay boxes and turn into chain and then outward, at which point they attach to steel rods, and it's pull, so it goes into the relay box, comes around a corner parallel to the front spar. It then has to do a rotation of 90 degrees in the chain so that now the sprocket is pointed towards the engine. And that's all happening in that relay box there, and of course that then goes to a push-pull rod, and they're tensioned everywhere it turns to chain by a small left-right thread turnbuckle. This particular pair is for the pitch control on the number 3 engine. This would be, that's throttle for the number 3.
Well, there you go. It didn't make the cut, but still interesting, I think. The main documentary is on my YouTube channel. You can see it at leisure. Please watch, like, comment, and enjoy.